Yellow, what's cracking, folks? I have been thinking about doing this for a long time. The American Snuff Company Blind Dip Challenge. So I am going to take 4 dips today, as you can see here, A, B, C, D, and those dips are comprised of, I almost said U.S. Smokeless, but American Snuff Company's lowest on the totem pole, which happens to be Cougar Wintergreen. We're doing all Wintergreen dips today. Next up is regular Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. New can there, by the way, new Grizzly Bear, a little bit different than the old ones. Grizzly is known for doing a million different cans. Every season, it's like they're doing something different. I threw this one in because I feel like it should be. You know, I'm not doing Hawken and I'm not doing Levi Garrett. Those are going to be very easy to point out which ones they are because they're not long cut. Well, Hawken is considered it, but you know, it's the cut of Hawken is different than everything else. I think this one should definitely be in there, and that is Grizzly Dark. The reason I wanted to put this in here is because this is 100% American Dark Fire Cured Tobacco, which is a little different than the regular Grizzly Wintergreen. And then the top of the totem pole is Kodiak Wintergreen. So we're going to do a blind challenge today with these 4 dips. I'm going to go ahead and hand these over to Brolaw here so I don't do no cheating. Brolaw behind the camera. You think you did a good job?
I think so.
You wrote down which ones. We don't want any mistakes here. You think you got them all correct?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so we're going to start with A, and we're going to go all the way down the line. You know, I might try to guess what each one is, but at the end of the day, I just want to see which one will prevail as numero uno. Yes, I do know Chinese. Get off my freaking back. Gosh dang, dude. I wasn't a freaking D student. Even if I was, D stands for diploma, dumbass. All right, let's go over prices. Obviously, like I talked about Kodiak being the top, I paid $7.95 for Kodiak today. When I'm announcing these prices, you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys pay in your area. I am in Colorado. This is what I'm paying. And actually, this is a little bit cheaper than I've been paying at a different store. I went to a Murphy USA today, and it seemed to be a little bit cheaper. So I paid $7.95 for a can of Kodiak, so around $8. Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen was $6.63. The Dark Wintergreen was $6.63 as well. And the Cougar Wintergreen was $4.34. So, and I believe, I don't know if I still have a receipt over there, but I believe when I paid Cougar a couple weeks ago, it was like $4.69 or something. So a little bit cheaper at this gas station. So there are our prices. I say let's go ahead and just get in. Oh, this is D. We'll start with A. And I had Brolaw put in a couple pinches at least so I can get a nice one here. Let's go ahead and we put them in Outlaw Wintergreen cans, and like I said, they're all labeled. This one is A, going up first. Go ahead and get a smell of that. Let's get a look at that cut there. You can definitely tell that is Grizzly compared to a couple other brands. You know, it's funny looking at some of these brands, you can definitely tell by the way they cut. And a lot of these dip manufacturers use cigarette cutting machines from like the 1800s or early 1900s, which is really cool. It's really hard to emulate a tobacco cut very similar to these companies because they have specific cigarette cutting machines that have been dialed into certain specifications. So when you're trying to mimic a similar cut to, you know, something like American Snuff Company does, it's very hard because maybe they have a one-of-one machine. Let's go ahead and get a little pinch of this here. Pinch is very nice. I am very used to these dips, and I've had each one of these dips. Cougar Wintergreen I had way back in the day, but then just tried it again recently. As soon as this one hit my lip, I am getting a little bit of a darker flavor. The thing with Grizzly Dark is, and I know, you guys can see the answer on the screen right now. Brolaw's putting those up. Sorry, my nose. I feel like I'm allergic to wintergreen flavor sometimes because every time I throw in a wintergreen dip, except Outlaw Wintergreen, which is weird, my nose just starts itching uncontrollably. Shout out to Toby Keith, red solo cup. This isn't even a solo cup, is it? No, my wife's too much of a cheap ass. This is Kirkland's signature. Now, mind you, I dipped Grizzly Dark Wintergreen for years. That was my dip of choice. Grizzly Dark Wintergreen is 100% American-grown dark fire-cured tobacco. Your regular Grizzly Wintergreen is not fire-cured, and it is 70-30. So it's 70% American tobacco, 30% foreign tobacco. I believe most of what Grizzly uses is a Brazilian tobacco down in South America, so it's going to be 30% Brazilian, which most tobacco in the world is grown in Brazil as well, so Not saying it's bad or anything, but it is cool to have a 100% American tobacco. My guess on this is that it's Grizzly Dark. I'm getting that dark, robust, not as sweet. It's very, yeah, this definitely reminds me of dark. Gives me like when you drink coffee in the morning and that first breath out after you drink that coffee, at least if you're drinking black coffee, that first kind of breath that goes out and like it's kind of sticking to your breath. That's what I get from Grizzly Dark. And that's what I'm getting from this one, which is why I think it's Grizzly Dark, which is really good that this one is A. And I got to take this one out and try some more. That one's really good. I do like that one. It's very soft in the lip. It doesn't seem to, dark fire-cured tobaccos, when you fire-cure a tobacco leaf, tobacco naturally has sugar in it. It's going to take that sugar down, and it's going to raise the nicotine up. I can't really say much for the buzz that I'm getting. I do get a little bit of one, but as far as the flavor, I'm definitely getting that dark, rich. I'm getting a little bit of smokiness in there. Yeah, that's what makes me think it's dark. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out, and let's move on to B. Let's go ahead and pack that one up. I made sure to wash out these cans completely beforehand, these old Outlaw Wintergreen cans, and let's get a sniff there. Yeah, cut looks the same. This is why I wasn't worried about doing these American Snuff Company brands. They're all cut, I'm assuming, with the same machine because their cuts are very, very similar to each other. Like I said, let me go ahead and just throw this in. I'm going to throw this one in on the left side here. Oh boy, my dip's got balls, folks. Gosh dang, more than I could say. Just kidding, I'm not neutered yet. Very similar mouthfeel already. Not as soft. Man, oh man, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. But back to the cuts, what I was saying, while I let this sit a second. Man, I cut myself a little bit this morning on my finger. I'm getting that nicotine in the bloodstream on my finger. My finger is buzzing, folks. So what I was saying about the cuts is the reason I didn't want to put Hawken and Levi Garrett in here, and the new Levi Garrett. And the Levi Garrett, the reason why I'm saying those two brands is because they're owned by American Snuff Company as well. Hawken, I don't know if we could find a picture of the internal of what Hawken, the cut looks like. I'm sure we can. We'll put that up here. It's, it's Hawken, and it's just like a candy dip. It just tastes super sweet. It's a super sweet wintergreen, been around for a long time. And the Levi Garrett new wintergreen, which I have not had because I cannot find it in my area. So anybody out there who can find the Levi Garrett, I'm not getting a bunch of flavor out of this right off the bat, like I was with that A. If anybody out there can find the Levi Garrett, what was I saying? I was saying all we get here is the Levi Garrett signature snuff, which I said in the last video I did is I believe that is Grizzly Snuff rebranded. Tasted just like it. Very good dip. I was actually very surprised that I dipped that entire can. I really liked it. I know they do have the wintergreen, but I haven't seen it anywhere. So let me know if you guys have seen the Levi Garrett. Hit me up. You guys can email me, jared@outlawdip.com, and maybe we can work out a deal. Other dips I'm looking for as well that this brand offers that I haven't been able to see anywhere is the Grizzly Bootleggers Blend, which is a black can. Super cool. I'd like to do a review on that. I've heard that it is a rebrand of the Grizzly, was it the Dark Select? I think it was the Grizzly Dark Select, I believe. So I'm looking for that one to do a review, which is only available in some places in California and Washington, D.C., maybe a few places in Pennsylvania I've heard as well, where everybody likes to release products. I'm getting a good nicotine buzz off of this, but it's going to be hard to say because I am just putting in dip after dip. I'm not getting as much flavor. Not a bad flavor by any means, a good flavor. A little bit sweeter than the first one. Still getting a little bit of a darker taste on this one. I was originally thinking because I'm not getting a lot of flavor out of it that it could be Cougar, because when I had Cougar before, I wasn't getting a lot of flavor out of that. But getting a little bit of that darker flavor could be Kodiak because it is 100% American tobacco. Very interesting. But back what I was saying about other dips I'm trying to find. I'm also trying to find, speaking of Kodiak, the Kodiak Select Wintergreen and the Kodiak Select Straight. Those are two that I've been looking for a long time and haven't been able to find out. Haven't reached out to anybody. I heard those are only sold at like Murphy's USA and 7-Eleven gas stations over on the East Coast as well. So if you guys can find any of those, let me know. Shoot me an email, jared@outlawdip.com. I'd love to try those out and do a review for you guys as well. Back to this dip. This one's really getting me. I am getting a little bit of a darker taste on this one too. A really felt like Grizzly Dark Wintergreen though. This one, hard to say as what my guess is. I'm going to go ahead and say Cougar Wintergreen is my guess. That's what I'm guessing right now. Very well could be Kodiak, but I'm gonna go with my gut, which is saying that it's Cougar Wintergreen. Still a really great dip. Cougar as well is 70-30. That's a good one. That one's definitely not bad. None of these are bad from what I've tried before. I know my favorite out of them, I used to dip Kodiak. When I worked up in Alaska, Kodiak was my dip of choice because that's one of the only dips. We could only get Kodiak, Wintergreen, and Skull Straight up there in Alaska when I was working on boats. That was my dip of choice. Every once in a while I'd switch it up with a little Skull Straight. The thing I like about Kodiak too is Kodiak actually in the entire moist snuff space, Kodiak is said to have the highest nicotine level. That one did give me a kick in the ass, which could say that it is Kodiak. So maybe I'm kicking myself in the ass right now saying that that was Cougar, but dang, hard to say. Sorry for the interruption, but hey guys, last couple days to win my brand new 2024 Polaris Sportsman Edition. It's got a gun scabbard, a gun rack, it's got heated steering wheel, it's got independent front and rear suspension, it's got a winch, it's got bumpers, it's got so much more that I can't even begin to explain. It's such a cool freaking four-wheeler. We're going to be announcing the winner on March 1st, which is going to be the next video, so you only have a couple more days left to get your entries in. Go to outlawdip.com. Every dip can purchased equals an entry. And if you want 5 times entries, all you got to do is subscribe to our Flavor of the Month subscription, which gets you 6 cans of a brand new lip candy every single month. This month, if you get subscribed before the 1st, you're going to get 6 cans of Red Velvet, which is just deliciousness. And then on the 1st, we're going to be shipping out the brand new flavor, which just happens to be Irish Cream Dream. Oh, that one is so freaking good. If you guys like Irish cream, you're gonna freaking love this one. It's creamy, it's robust, it's dark, it's one of my freaking favorites. And just because I wanna slang some freaking hats, we got these Don't Touch My Dip, Don't Tread on Me hats, which we got the flag up there. We decided to make our own hats, and these are the Legacy snapbacks. I love these hats. If you guys get you one of these on outlawdip.com, that will get you 2-time entries until the 1st when we announce the winner. Now, when I announce the winner, I'm gonna call them and they have the choice of getting this four-wheeler or $5 grand cash. So when we call you, if you win, you're gonna have the choice on getting this four-wheeler or $5 grand cash. Get your entries in, folks. I'm super excited to call the winner, and we'll be announcing it March 1st, like I said. Outlawdip.com. Get your entries in. I can't even talk. Get a hat. Good luck, folks. Let's get into C. Ooh, this one already sweeter on the nose. Very similar cut to the first two, like we talked about. This one definitely sweeter. I get a hint of like dill on that, honestly. You get like a hint of dill pickle. Wow, that's interesting. I've never gotten that from like a Grizzly product before, but like now that I'm doing this blind, let's go ahead and throw this in. Very soft. Gotta love it. Yeah, sweeter right off the bat. Yeah, this one's definitely sweeter. You know, the grind on this one did look a little lighter to me, which, you know, could mean there's a little bit of foreign tobacco in there. Yeah, this one's giving me a nice sweet aroma of the wintergreen flavor, which is right off the bat telling me that this is just regular Grizzly long cut wintergreen. Man, this one's definitely a lot harder than I thought, man, because all of these are they're blending into each other. And doing it blind is very hard. When I first started doing blind dip reviews, I thought they were gonna be super easy because I dipped everything all the time. They're definitely not easy. And I could be a straight up idiot right now on all of these. This one could be the Grizzly Dark, I don't know. But this one's more in your face, seems to have like a little bit of a higher sugar content, giving me a sweeter taste in the back of the mouth, a little bit more pine. Like I said, a little bit of dill on the nose, not really transferring to the palate. Does feel a little rougher on the gums, but that could just be because this is the 3rd dip I put in. Could mean a little bit of foreign tobacco in there. Flavor is releasing a lot better than B here, getting a lot more flavor out of that. These are all, or how did these look moisture-wise? Did they all look about the same?
They did, yeah, they looked very similar.
Okay, so nothing was like ultra dry or ultra moist? Okay.
No.
You know, the crazy thing about Grizzly is when I first started dipping, Grizzly was still Conwood before it was purchased by Reynolds. And that's whenever it was in a full plastic can, and Grizzly was like the new kid on the block. Man, it was like low price, no sacrifice. Grizzly was not at that point competing with anything Copenhagen, yet Copenhagen didn't even have a wintergreen dip out there yet. Grizzly was like the new cool kid on the block. I think really got all these other tobacco brands to be like, hey, we need a good wintergreen out there. Because I believe the only wintergreen that was out there from U.S. Smokeless was Red Seal, possibly Husky at the time. I know Red Seal was definitely there. My guess on this one is going to be Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not getting that dark, low sugar, fire-cured tobacco. No smokiness to this one, really. I'm going to go Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen, the regular on this one. Great as well. A little bit rougher on the gums. I used to call Grizzly Wintergreen when it was in the plastic can the Grizz Green Gum Gasher, because back in the day, that mulch that you got, it really did freaking get the gums. It's changed a lot over the years, and I still have that distinct smell and taste that I used to get when I first started dipping Grizzly. And if this is truly Grizzly Wintergreen now, it's changed a lot. I mean, I would say for the better, but sometimes nostalgia-wise, it does want you to go back and dip those in the plastic cans. Moving on to D. Let's go ahead and get a look at this one and a smell. It's looking a little bit finer and softer there. All the mulch on these look pretty much the same. This one just looks maybe a little bit finer cut. Not getting an aroma really on that at all. I'm getting ammonia, which you usually get in cheaper brands. Could be wrong on that B there. Light wintergreen smell. Just a light pine smell there, which you get from wintergreens. Definitely a lighter tobacco. Now that I'm looking at it in the light, I'm getting a little bit of lighter tobacco look. Strands of, which could be a foreign tobacco, which makes me think that this isn't a dark fire cured, but we'll see. Cheers, folks. Yeah, very light right at the beginning, which could make me think that this is Cougar. Yeah. Not a whole lot there. This one's a little rough on the lip. It's hard because I might be completely off right now, but this one I didn't get a lot of smell. I'm not getting a big taste out of it when it's just sitting in my lip like I did from A. When I'm sucking the juice out of it, I'm not getting that dark, kind of a little bit earthier taste. I am getting a mild sweet pine. This one is starting to make me think that it's actually Cougar. A harder ball in the lip, not as soft. Am I able to switch my answer?
Good.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to say that this one is probably Cougar. And I'm going to go with B as being Kodiak. This one, mind you, I put in 4 dips now, 2 in each side. This one's, kind of hurting the gums a little bit more. Could just be throwing a couple dips in right after another. Definitely a way milder taste on this one. Still not bad, but I remember dipping Cougar a couple weeks ago and it being very mild. Not a huge aroma to it. Cougar being their lowest price dip, which this one was $4.34 I paid. I used to pay $2 for Grizzly when I first started, and now it's upwards of $7. Yeah, I'm going to say that I'm going to probably go Cougar on this one. This one is definitely, I think, my least favorite. This is difficult because I get similar hints of each one, especially the longer it sits. They all have very similar flavors, all very similar cuts. The cut might be exactly the same. They probably use the same machine. The flavor on this one, though, is my least favorite. So I'm going to say, what were my guesses, Outlaw? So what did I say A was?
A, you said it was Grizzly Dark.
Okay.
B,
I agree with that.
You said Cougar, but changed it to Kodiak.
Yep.
C, you said Grizzly.
Uh-huh.
And then D is Cougar.
So if I have to rank them, I'm going to go ahead and rank them, and then we'll go ahead and announce what the winner is. This is going to be difficult because I thought Kodiak was going to come out on top, but if Kodiak is B, I think I actually enjoyed C a little bit more. So I'm probably going to go A as my numero uno. I'm going to go C as number 2. I'm going to go B as number 3 and D as last. So A, C, B, D. Getting a nice little buzz now that I've had 4 dips in. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one in and let it sit. Still not getting a huge flavor out of it, but definitely getting a nice buzz now, that's for sure. This is gonna really hurt my heart if Kodiak is like last and Cougar is first. That's the whole point of this blind, is to see which one really ranks. I've had all of these before, like I said, and I'm interested to see what's going down. All right, Outlaw, let's hear it.
So you chose for your least favorite,
which is what I have in now.
which is now. Here it is.
Least favorite. Wow. D turned out to be Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen, what I have now. Wow. That's crazy. And I was just talking about the Grizzly in the plastic cans. Wow, that already means I'm way off. That's crazy. So interesting here. This one, still a green gum gasher because it's hurting my gums just a little bit there. Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen coming in last. Holy smokes. Okay, so Grizzly Wintergreen, last place. Holy smokes. What do we have for third place? That was
B.
B was third place, which I said was
Kodiak.
I chose Kodiak,
Yes.
but originally had it as Cougar.
Yes.
What is it? Cougar. You got to be kidding me. So I changed it correctly? So what did I?
You changed it to Kodiak, but it was actually Cougar.
So I changed it to Kodiak, but it was
Cougar,
actually
correct?
Cougar.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So Cougar beat out Grizzly for me, which this was B. Cougar was B,
Yes.
which is originally what I said.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't getting a ton of flavor, but then it kind of juiced up at the end and I was getting it. So, wow, Cougar beat out Grizzly. Look at that, man. The rebranded Cougar, which actually the last can, Jamin, if you want to go ahead and hand me that, they're changing their cans right now. This is the original Cougar can here, and I just bought this last week, and they're changing them to these guys right here, which I think is definitely a cooler can. And they offer Cougar in pouches now, which is super cool. Should we just go ahead and say what won? Second place, which was C?
Yes.
All right. Let's hear it. I've already been freaking dead wrong on everything because I switched my answer. Second place, which was C, was...
You said Grizzly.
I said Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen.
Yeah. Which is now...
And it is Kodiak. Oh my goodness. Kodiak coming in second place, which means that first place I had right at Grizzly Dark Wintergreen, probably because I dipped it for so long. Holy smokes, man. Look at that. Grizzly Dark Wintergreen coming in first. Now, I did think this was going to come in first. I wouldn't be surprised if Kodiak. I'm just happy that these two did come in the first and second place. You know, I drink black coffee. I like dark, robust flavors. You know, I'm a big fan of Swedish snus and their just original tobacco properties and the actual tobacco aromas that come from them. So that's why I lean more towards the Grizzly Dark series. I don't think I've ever tried, I believe I tried Grizzly Dark Straight. I've done so many reviews on this channel. I would like to do a dark series with the Grizzly. Let me know if that interests you at all. Grizzly Dark Wintergreen coming in first, Kodiak coming in second. These two are 100% American tobacco. These two are the 70-30 blend with the Brazilian tobaccos. And like I said, we didn't add Hawken in there, and we didn't add the brand new Levi Garrett Wintergreen, which I believe is a fine cut, so, or their signature snuff as they call it. So what a blind, dude. I'm happy I at least got the dark wintergreen right. I've got that Grizzly Wintergreen in right now, and I'm just getting kind of like that sour, just like a light pine taste. Dude, Cougar beat it out. Cougar, you're gonna save at least $2, and in some places, I'm surprised. I would happily dip Cougar any day. That's awesome. So there you have it, folks. The American Snuff Company Dip Blind. I'm impressed. I do enjoy doing blind dip challenges. If you guys would like to see it with any other companies like US Smokeless, we could do Copenhagen, Skull, Red Seal, and Husky. Those are 4 that we could do, and we could add the Copenhagen Smooth Wintergreen in there as well, or Wintergreen Smooth as they call it now. So we could have 5. If that's something that interests you guys, let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what prices you guys are paying and which one out of these 4 would be your pick. I would definitely still pick the dark wintergreen. And you know what? Speaking of Outlaw too, you know, we put these in Outlaw wintergreen cans. We made our own dark wintergreen, and when we were making our dark wintergreen, I said I wanted exactly like Grizzly Wintergreen Dark. Like I said, Grizzly was the new kid on the block, and they completely arised and now is the #1 wintergreen dip on the market. They've really done it for the wintergreen dips. American Snuff Company, they absolutely killed it, and I think I would choose each and every single one of these probably over Copenhagen any day at this point. So if you guys would like to see more, just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, folks, hey, good luck. Couple more days left in our 4-wheeler giveaway, and like I announced, get you one of these Don't Touch My Dip hats for 2 times entries until the first, when we're going to be announcing the winner. So the next video you guys see, we will be announcing the winner on the video. So stay tuned. Make sure to click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoy these style videos. And I reckon we'll see you on the dip side. Holla. You can pick a song, I'ma roll the windows up.